When you're at a crossroads in life, there's no way to know which of the paths ahead of you will lead to success. Yet, you need to keep moving on. And if you've had the stroke of luck to be offered a lucrative position in the field of your professional expertise, the choice as to what direction your life should move in has to be made in a timely fashion. However, even though the circumstances seem to be favorable and fortunate, the decision could prove to be a tough one, especially if the promising career opportunity requires you to move across the country. The excitement that your professional skills have been appreciated and the chance of career advancement will be clouded by the prospect of leaving favorite places and special people behind while additionally uprooting your entire household to a new location. Yet you can't miss such a great opportunity, can you? If you're considering moving for work, let's take a closer look at job relocation guides to help you make the right choice and organize a perfect job related move, should you decide that it's the right step for you. Hi everyone, my name is Hillary Eaton. I'm the Assistant Director of the Career and Professional Development Center at School of Mines, and I'm going to be talking with you further about this. In order to be able to determine whether the benefits of relocating for the job you've been offered outweigh the hardships related to the imminent move, you'll need to find the answers to the following questions. Will your financial situation improve as a result of the higher income and various employee benefits? Will you envision yourself advancing in your career within this company and improve upon your skills, knowledge, and competencies? Is the working atmosphere to your liking and the overall attitude of the company encouraging and appealing? Do you think you'll be able to work for the company long term? Is the cost of living in your new city affordable, and will you be able to save money? Will your significant other come along, and will they be able to find satisfactory occupation in the new city? Will the new environment be beneficial if you have children? What opportunities does the new city have to offer besides work? Take some time to consider all the relevant factors and decide if that's the right step for you to take. However, if most of the questions have a positive answer, then moving for the job you've been offered is probably worth it. Do make sure that you consider a few other critical issues as well before making your final decision. Besides the job-related factors, there are several other important things to consider. Carefully research the economic situation in your new area before embarking on your job relocation endeavor. Don't forget to ask about negotiating your starting salary. The cost of utilities, transportation, food, medical care, insurance, taxes, and other relevant amenities must be taken into account and carefully compared to those in your current area so you know what to expect after the move and what income you're going to need in order to live comfortably. Check out cost of living calculators for further information online. You will need to deal with your current housing situation first. If you're on a lease agreement, you'll need to end it appropriately and leave the house in good condition. If you own your own place, however, you'll need to either sell it or lease it to tenants, and both procedures require a lot of preparation and hard work. Then you'll need to research the real estate market in your new city and find an appropriate new home to rent or buy. Temporary housing may be a good interim solution if you're moving long distance to a city that you don't know well, or if you're starting your position quickly. You'll be able to stay in touch with family and friends back home regardless of the distance between you. Yet the fun you used to have together and the comfort derived from their pleasant company will be changed. In the new location, you'll be surrounded by unknown people and new faces. It may provide an opportunity to start new friendships, but may also result in loneliness, isolation, or even relocation depression. Therefore, you're going to have to find a way to empower yourself and build upon your resiliency skills. Depending on you and your family members' current commitments and plans, the time may or may not be right for a housing move. Weather conditions in your new area may differ from what you're accustomed to. You may have a hard time getting used to the climate, and the sudden change may even result in some health issues. There may not be a cultural shock unless your new job requires you to move across the ocean, but you may encounter different points of views, attitude, and daily routines, or even some unique traditions in your new surroundings. The cultural background and the established etiquette in your new community may clash with your previous lifestyle. When accepting a new job, you accept many new responsibilities as well. Even if your new position promises a prosperous financial future for you, a house move will significantly strain your budget. Therefore, negotiating a good job relocation package with your future employer will relieve the financial burden, so make sure to research your options. Be sure to think about consequences of not accepting the opportunity as well. Will you miss a great chance for promotion, for expanding your skills, for having a job you truly enjoy? Will you lose an opportunity to improve your living standards? Depending on what it could cost you to say no, you may decide to face the challenges head on and move for the job you're offered in a different city, state, or country. As we know, the future is unpredictable, so we need to have a plan B for if anything goes wrong, so don't fail to devise one beforehand. For a successful outcome, you need to maintain your focus and make logical decisions regardless of the absolute chaos around you. To ensure a successful job relocation, you need to harness your organizational skills and come up with a winning strategy. A detailed job relocation timeline will help you plan your tasks and keep track of your progress. So make a detailed to-do list with all the tasks that need to be taken care of before moving day and set appropriate timeframes. Online, if you search for this, you can find a lot of templates out there that'll help you with this process. One of your first tasks when planning a house move should be to get as much information about your new city as possible. Analyze the economic situation and business environment and get an accurate idea of the cost of living, housing options, crime rates, and overall atmosphere. If possible, visit your new city and spend some time walking around the different neighborhoods and talking to the locals. Look for a neighborhood that suits your requirements and preferences. For example, is it safe, close to your workplace, with plenty of shopping centers, recreational activities, and entertainment options available in the vicinity, and other options? And an affordable housing that suits your needs and your lifestyle. Is to find a reliable moving assistance. This could be a third party moving company, family or friends, or just you moving on your own. If you're using a third party moving company, make sure to do your research and look into customer reviews before deciding. So, once you've decided, you'll want to get an in home estimate and check into any additional or hidden fees. Lastly, carefully read through all your contracts and documentation from your movers. Don't sign anything until you read it. You wouldn't want to be stuck into a moving contract that you can't get out of. And if using a U-Haul or other moving services, you can look up pricing from your location to your move location to find the different rates. If you're past the stage of life when you can fit everything you own in the back of a car trunk, here are some common types of moving options and their cost. Cost to rent a moving truck: $50 local on average and $2,000 on average long distance. Consider the additional costs of space, distance, pounds, time, and gas. To hire a moving company for short distances is obviously a lot cheaper than the long distances found here. And the cost to hire a full service moving company is around 900 local move and about 10,000 cross country move. Cost to rent a moving container is about $250 for a small container in a local move and can go upwards from there. The average cost of a local move is from $500 to $1,400. So let's continue to look at some moving costs. Cost to move a car. So if you're going to ship it, it could possibly add an additional $950 average or 60 cents per mile on trips over 1,000 miles. There are also options to have car trailers if you're going to tow it behind a rental truck, but these prices are going to vary. The cost to hire movers is pretty exponential. For short distances, it's going to be a lot more fiscally doable than some larger ones, and it also depends on the size of your house. Long distances could range from $2,000 to $5,000, and significant costs for distance and unique or heavy items to move, such as the piano. The cost to hire a full service moving company that packs, disassembles, loads, transports, unloads, unpacks, reassembles, and cleanup is the most expensive option. So, for example, a 3 bedroom house could cost you anywhere from $900 to $10,000. And again, this is going to be your most expensive option. Also, don't forget the tips. For the total move cost, there's usually a 10 to 20% tip expected. Once you get an accurate estimate of your moving costs, you can calculate your approximate relocation related expenses, such as your mover's quotes, travel expenses, temporary housing, etc., and ask your future employer for job relocation assistance. More on this to come. Whether your company provides you a relocation package or not, you still need to have a clear idea of your job relocation costs and be sure that you can cover them. Take into consideration the moving company's rates and charges, fees for additional services, hidden moving costs, travel expenses such as fuel, parking fees, and road tolls, as well as meals and lodgings on the way or airplane tickets. Also, immediate post-relocation costs such as deposits, furnishings, food, cleaning supplies or paperwork, and unexpected expenses, as emergencies do happen. Once you've calculated your probable relocation expenses, search for some efficient ways to cut down on these costs. Find affordable cross-country movers, pare down your possessions, or pack by yourself. Also, don't forget to take care of the paperwork. If you own your property, you're going to need to either sell it or rent it when moving to another city for work. It's going to take a lot of time to make all the necessary arrangements, so be sure to start the process as early as possible. In case you're moving out of a rented property, make sure to send a letter to your landlord to inform them about your imminent relocation and negotiation the break of your lease agreement. Remember that if you can't keep the previously agreed terms and don't comply with all your responsibilities, you may not be able to get your deposit back. You'll need to notify a lot of people and institutions about your upcoming move and to retrieve some important documents. Make sure to change your address with the U.S. Postal Service and have all your mail forwarded. Send a letter of resignation to your current employer. Notify banks, health and educational institution, and other relevant organizations of your new address. Contact service providers and transfer utilities and cancel subscriptions. Make sure to keep track of all your documents, such as your ID, birth certificates, marriage certificates, driver's licenses, professional licenses and qualifications, social security cards, bank statements, tax papers, property related documents, and also collect school records and medical records. Don't forget to acquire veterinary records and health certificates for your pets. Moving documents such as estimates, inventory lists, and moving checklists. The list goes on and on. Sort out and get rid of everything you don't need or don't like anymore. Avoid the temptation to relocate everything you own, because the fewer items you move, the cheaper and easier your job relocation will be. Make an inventory of the items you want to take to your new home. Get a hold of any packing materials such as boxes or bubble wrap, and remember that you can get boxes for free from local businesses or borrow some used cartons from friends, colleagues, or neighbors. A tip that you can do is to use old sheets, towels, and other items you have in your home instead of professional wrapping and padding materials. Lastly, take a lot of pictures. They're going to serve you as proof of the pre-move condition of your items and will help you easily reassemble furniture and reconnect electrical devices. Start packing as early as possible and begin with the rooms and the items that you use the least and pack a few boxes every day to make sure you finish the laborious packing process in time. Don't forget to pack a box of essentials and take it with you so you have everything you need to survive for some time without the rest of your belongings. The negotiation about relocation compensation is the same as any other negotiation. First, you want to inquire if the negotiation is possible, and if so, you'll need to have a number in mind when they ask you what you're looking to be compensated for. Some companies are willing to negotiate packages that address their new employees' distinct needs. Still, your employer is more likely to agree to your ideas if they benefit the company as well. So anticipate the reality and provide the advantage for your new bosses when you share your ideas. For example, you may focus on saying that you'll be able to work longer hours and be more productive from the start if you can get a few more important matters settled quickly. Sometimes these will be called signing bonuses from companies. And if you focus on effective preparation, collaboration, negotiation, and out of the box thinking, you're going to do well. Your preparation for this negotiation should include the following. Ask your new employer's HR department if the company has any written relocation policies or if they offer standard benefits. Find out who at the company has recently moved and ask about their relocation packages. Ask your friends or other contacts in similar fields about their experiences of their company's policies. And if you're using a third-party recruiter, they should be able to provide you some guidance on this as well. For how to negotiate properly, check out some of our other YouTube videos as we further discuss this in detail. Keep in mind that companies tend to vary in what they offer employees who are relocating for work, and larger companies have more standardized policies. Therefore, compensation can differ by industry, city, or even position within the company. So what could a relocation package cover? It could cover house hunting, which is 1 or 2 trips to the new location, including transportation, lodging, and meals. It might include moving costs. Sometimes companies will pay for full-service movers who will take care of the relocation from start to finish, so the employee is not stressed and tired by the moving process and can begin work with enthusiasm and efficiency. Others will supply a stipend to cover the moving costs. Travel expenses is another one. They may reimburse travel expenses for employees and their families, and sometimes this includes fuel, lodging, and meals along the way. Temporary housing is another one, and standard relocation packages include temporary housing for at least 30 days after the move, but again, you want to check with the company. It may be possible, however, to negotiate a relocation package that covers the cost of temporary accommodations for a period of 2 to 3 months. Assistance in finding employment for a partner. If the employee's spouse or partner needs to leave their job because of the relocation, the company may give them some recommendations or employment leads. And lastly, any miscellaneous expenses, such as smaller moving related expenses, such as connections of services, hiring professional cleaning services, updating licenses and registration, and the list goes on. You've reached your new home safely, so congratulations are in order. Moving day may be over, but the staggering number of post relocation jobs are yet to come. First, check your household utilities. All home utilities are up and running, such as electricity, water, gas, cable TV if you've chosen that. And contact your new utility providers if there are any problems. Unpack any essential boxes, opening first boxes and using the essential items inside them to survive the first night in your new home or until you get reunited with your everyday household items. Switch to survival mode if you must. Check the delivered boxes. Be there when your movers deliver your stuff and make sure that you check each item against the inventory sheet as it's carried inside. And notify your movers as soon as possible if there's anything that's damaged or missing. Pay for the moving services and always opt to pay for the move with a bank card to have more power in case of a dispute with your mover. Also, if you'd like to and you feel like the movers have done a great job, you can also tip them. And if you feel that you should reward each worker individually for their genuine efforts, never hand out the lump sum to the foreman. Also, if you have pets, make sure you tend to them. Don't neglect the needs of your pets and give them enough time to acclimate properly by placing them in a safe room and showing them how much you care for them. If you have children, make sure that you child-proof the new home if needed. Create a moving checklist with the things to do after the move is complete. Don't forget that the end of the moving day doesn't mean that your job is done and you'll have plenty of post-relocation tasks to take care of. Initiate the unpacking process at your own comfortable pace. Use the room by room unpacking checklist to unpack the bedroom, bathroom, and kitchen labeled boxes with priority. If necessary, ask friends to help you unpack. Register with healthcare providers, as your health is a top priority, and don't delay the task of finding family physicians, a dentist, or a veterinarian if applicable. Register your vehicle if you've just moved to a new state, and you may also need to renew your driver's license, so contact the local DMV for more information. Don't overspend unnecessarily right after the move by rushing to various stores to buy whatever you think you may need for the new place. Give yourself some time. Consider organizing a housewarming party to get to know your work colleagues and neighbors and hopefully find some new friends in them. Be open and receptive to new environments in order to avoid the dangerous clutches of relocation depression. Explore your new city little by little and locate important landmarks to help you adjust faster. And lastly, be open to new friendships after moving to a new city or town, but don't forget to keep in touch with those old pals either. Moving houses is a tough ordeal, so you'll need to have all the friends that you can to make it through. Now let's talk about if you're moving temporarily for a co-op or an internship. Assistance is going to vary by the employer, and details are usually included in the extended offer paperwork. If you have questions, though, make sure to check with the HR rep with the company. Below are some potential assistances that they may offer. And when finding your own housing, be wary of rental scams. If it's too good to be true, then it is. Here is a figure from the National Association of Colleges and Employers in regards to average relocation costs. And this is based on 2018 information. In the next few slides, we're going to just show some packing lists for a temporary move and some things to consider taking along with you. When arriving to a new location, start becoming familiar with your surroundings. Below are some things to be aware of or find: local transportation or ride shares, the closest gas station if you're using your own vehicle, parking, closest pharmacy and grocery store, closest parks, walking paths or bike paths or gyms, the downtown area, local restaurants and coffee shops, and just places to hang out. You can search Google Maps, Yelp, or City Search to help find things that are nearby your home, and plan to shop around a bit before setting into any routine too quickly. You've made it. You successfully moved to a new city or town, and after tackling the most urgent post-move tasks, you begin to wonder how to make friends in a new city. And in reality, making friends in a new city can sometimes be a real struggle. I'll let you know some smart ways to form new friendships and find good friends for life. So let's talk about how to do this now. It's time to reach out to pals for assistance. So ask your current friends if they know of anybody in the city you just moved to. Your preferred social media network will be invaluable here as well. So publish a positive post like, I just moved to, name of the city, and I'd love to meet some cool people here. Any suggestions? Another option is mobile apps. It's never easy to make new friends in a new city, and it takes considerable effort, some planning, and plenty of courage too. Thankfully, there are numerous mobile apps that can help you do just that. Being more sociable and accessible at work is one of the best ways to make friends in a new city. Now it's the perfect time to try and get to know them better. And some companies will actually organize extracurricular events for co op and internship students to get to know each other more. And those may be some sports games to happy hours, and hopefully the company you work with will do this too. Make an effort to meet your neighbors to gauge if there's a chance that you can befriend any of them. Organize an informal get together in your home and invite some folks over next door for a casual housewarming party. Try to be courteous and nice to the people who live around you. Be easily accessible should anyone need your assistance, and always thank your neighbors whenever you get help in any way. Friendships can come naturally when you're friendly, polite, and respectful to the people in your neighborhood. So show some genuine interest in them, be positive, and you'll see how more and more people want to be around you. However, it's always really important to be aware of your surroundings and that all people may not have the best intentions that you do. It's understandable that you may not be willing to invest too much time and energy in looking for new friends in the new city right after the stressful house move. So, whether you realize it or not, moving to a new city is exactly the time when you're going to need friends more than ever. Another effortless way to make friends in a new city is to get a pet. Cycling to work is a great way to meet fellow cyclists and to save money. If you happen to be preoccupied with the issue of how to find friends in a new city, then one possible solution is to buy a bicycle and ride it at every chance you get. You'll have to meet, interact with, and spend time with different people in the city so that you can minimize or negate the effects of separation anxiety. Therefore, join some new social media groups. Find time to visit local museums, art galleries, monuments, zoos, aquariums, and other places of interest in the new area. That way, you'll be able to enjoy the attractions of the new city while having a healthy break from your busy unpacking calendar. Find the courage to strike up a conversation with somebody who's also been admiring a painting in the city gallery, or joke with somebody who's been watching the penguins with you at the zoo. Check out the cultural calendar of the city and then visit the events that are to your liking. The local newspaper or the city's official website will have a list of all the cultural events for the current month, or even beyond it. And look specifically for events out in the open, such as live concerts, music festivals, or art festivals. It won't be long until you'll learn that signing up for various classes is one of the best tips on how to make friends when it comes to moving to a new city. What makes this advice great is the absolute freedom you have when it comes to choosing what types of classes to attend. They could be painting, photography, craft classes, creative writing, improv, or even martial arts. Photography is a fantastic hobby to help you meet new people in new cities without too much effort from you. You don't need to be a professional photographer to enjoy taking photos around your neighborhood, within the city limits, or well beyond. In fact, photography is a hobby that will let you get out of your home, and that's the number one prereq for making friends in a new city. If you like languages, then you'll be happy to learn that learning a new language is a marvelous way to continue your education and make new friends at the same time. To make things even more beneficial, choose to learn a new language in a group setting rather than taking individual classes. Then you can have a unique chance to form new friendships naturally and effortlessly. An excellent way to stay fit and be social at the same time is to join a gym. Once you start seeing and meeting the same people multiple times, you're going to gradually feel more comfortable to talk with them. And besides, it's relatively easy to have your workout partner or yoga classmate become your friend outside of the gym or studio. All it takes is an invitation for a coffee after class. If you like practicing sports, then seek out a suitable sports league and join it. This could be flag football, baseball, basketball, volleyball, tennis, golf, the list goes on and on. And many amateur sports leagues organize monthly or bi monthly tournaments, which is the perfect opportunity to meet like minded people. At times, finding friends in a new city requires a bit of creativity. You may love reading books, but has it ever occurred to you to join a book club in order to meet people who are also avid readers like you? Just look for book clubs in your new city and join some of them to be able to discuss your favorite books with random strangers who may actually become good friends along the way. If you love nature and enjoy spending time surrounded by it, then you may be in luck as far as making new friends is concerned. Nature lovers tend to have a great support for each other, and you know how easily it is to strike up a conversation with people you meet on the trail. The city you just relocated to may be close to one of the 58 national parks in the United States. It's good to know that many towns and cities organize farmers markets where local producers sell their healthy and tasty produce. As you know, anyone who shops locally from such markets supports the community, so you can also become one of those smart shoppers. If you enjoy healthy eating, then visiting a farmers market in the new area will become a great way to meet new friends in a new city. Going to local garage sales will give you the perfect opportunity to get to meet the locals while having the perfect excuse, which is hunting for some forgotten treasures. Just go to a few yard sales whenever you can spare the time, browse the items put up for sale, and most importantly, be courageous enough to start a casual conversations with the sales organizers. As an added bonus, you can even find some really useful items for your new home. Without a doubt, the noblest way to make friends in a new city is to volunteer at a nonprofit organization or charitable organizations in the area. Volunteering is a great way to give back to your community and is one of the most rewarding and satisfying things a person can do in life. The psychology of moving is well documented. Moving is considered one of the most stressful life events by researchers. No matter how much you love your new home, you may still experience moving anxiety and relocation depression. It is important to practice self care through this transition so you'll stress less during your move. Self care doesn't have to be elaborate, glamorous, or expensive. Sometimes it simply means brushing your teeth, eating nutritious food, calling a friend, or planning in advance in order to care for your future self. To make this process easier, follow the guide for self care tips. Mindfulness. Can you notice your breath? Is it shallow and quick or deep and slow? Can you bring your awareness to your toes as you wiggle them each individually? If so, you've just practiced mindfulness. Mindfulness is the process of noticing the breath and bringing the awareness to the present moment. You don't have to be flexible to enjoy yoga. This ancient healing regimen can be adapted for every body, regardless of whether or not you can touch your toes. And yoga helps get out of your head and into your body. When we exercise, our bodies release endorphins that act as a natural mood booster. Exercise can also help you get your mind off an upcoming move. Whether you like to jog, lift weights, or play basketball, exercise is going to warm up your muscles so you can be ready for the physical activities involved in the moving. You might journal before your move and plan out the logistics of where everything is going to go. You might also take a few minutes to list three things you're grateful for each day. Try writing positive affirmations like, I'm capable, I'm hardworking, or I'm excited about the future. It might feel odd at first, but it can improve your mood and help you cope with the moving stress. Your body needs energy, so add nourishing, healthy foods to support your digestion, but treat yourself to the occasional pizza or comfort dish. Enjoying a cup of coffee or tea is another great ritual. In the time it takes you to drink a cup of tea, you can invite yourself to be fully present. Some people find it comforting to rearrange the furniture in a similar way as before, or display beloved objects that bring familiarity to the home. Creating a clutter-free zone can encourage relaxation too. Moving is usually not a one-person operation, whether it's asking a friend to help pack in exchange for a pizza or calling your uncle to borrow his pickup truck. Asking for assistance will lighten the load when moving day arrives. In conclusion, don't overanalyze. Whether or not to relocate is really a big decision, but be aware of analysis paralysis, which is overthinking a situation so that a decision is never made or one is made by default. Try to have some perspective too. As you get older, there are very few decisions in life where you don't feel some ambivalence. Careers are really long. We can all afford a few adventures along the way, and we have plenty of time to experiment and explore. However, don't assume that this is your one chance at trying something new. Remember, nothing is forever, and you're likely to change multiple jobs and multiple careers throughout your lifetime. If you're miserable, you can course correct. You have to take some chances, though, in your career and get outside of your comfort zone. Sometimes it doesn't work out, and so you figure out what to do next. You got this. Starting a new job is always an adventure. Starting a new job and moving to a new home can be downright overwhelming, but don't let it throw you off your career path. If you have questions, contact us at careercenter@sdsmt.edu or check out our website listed here. Thank you and have a wonderful day.